Good morning. This is Crystal with Whole New Perspective. Well, today I am going to talk about TNOG's Spring 2021 Gardening Season Wrap-Up. But before I do that, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. And I thank you for doing so. So question number 1. Will you have a garden in 2022? Yes, I absolutely will have a garden in 2022. Question number 2, what vegetable will you not? Excuse me, there are a lot of bees out here this morning. Question number 2, what vegetable will you not grow in 2022? Well, I've thought long and hard about that. I don't think I'm going to grow sweet potatoes again, simply because I can get them very reasonable. But I might, but that's one of the things. But guys, I am seriously thinking about not growing yellow squash and zucchini. Yeah, and the reason is because of all the vine borers and worms, cucumber worms as I call them. So I was able to get a few zucchini this year, but then the vine borers took over. But my plant was beautiful, so I'll maybe show that to you. Yeah. And then the yellow squash. My yellow squash was looking really good and healthy. And I came home one day and the squash was a mess. It had been eaten. Yep, it had been eaten inside out. Something has gotten into the squash. So I'm just gonna pull it up. And so I just pulled it also. I didn't get one yellow squash. Now this year I was so excited because I didn't have any of the squash bugs. But then all the other things attacked it. So I'm really thinking seriously about just not growing those anymore. Or at least next year. Number 3, what vegetable did you enjoy growing the most? Well, I really enjoyed growing a herb the most. And it is this purple basil. I enjoyed growing the basil. And I'm gonna show you how I make my pesto with that. Yes, I really enjoyed growing that this year. I also enjoyed growing my tomatoes this year. They were very successful. Even in my container garden, I have had so many tomatoes. And so I'll be able to can some. I was surprised that I was gonna be able to do that. I didn't think I would with a container garden, but yes, I'm excited about that. And I'll definitely grow those again. So question number 4, what is the one thing from the 2021 gardening season that you will not do in 2022? Okay, I am not going to get, sorry guys, I have a lot of bees out here. I am not going to purchase seed potatoes. So this year is the first year that I purchased seed potatoes. I've been growing potatoes for about 3 to 4 years. And every year I've had a good harvest. This year, when I was in Wally World, I saw seed potatoes. And I thought, well, let me just get those. I did. And guys, I did not have a good harvest with those seed potatoes. Normally, I just use the potatoes that I purchase from the store. I buy organic potatoes and I just use those and I haven't had any issues. This year, I thought I would get a larger harvest by purchasing seed potatoes. That just was not the case. So I am not going to purchase seed potatoes. The other thing that I will not do, and it's really something that I will do, and that is when I plant my tomatoes, I'm gonna go ahead and put the cages around them at that time, and then I'm gonna stake them earlier than I did. I had tomato plants that were falling over, breaking. And that's because I didn't do what I needed to do. And even if you look up here at my Better Boy, they are not staked. And I did purchase some a week ago, but I just haven't gotten around to doing that, so I'm gonna do that later today. So that's the other thing. Question number 5. Name 3 vegetables that you didn't grow in 2021 that you plan to grow in 2022. So I am definitely going to grow some kohlrabi. Yes, Miss Linda, you talked me into it. You and Turf. I'm gonna grow some kohlrabi, and I probably will grow that this fall. I'll be dropping some seeds pretty soon, and I'll show you that. Yes, thank you, Miss Linda. So I'm gonna grow some kohlrabi, white, Vienna, as well as the purple. And some other things that I'm gonna grow, I really wanna try this acorn squash. I really wanna try that, so I'm gonna grow that. I also want to grow this red Malabar spinach. I'm gonna grow this. And then I'm going to grow some perpetual spinach, some Swiss chard. Yep. So these are the things that I haven't grown that I plan to grow. And there'll probably be a few other things. Number 6, sum up your 2021 gardening season. For me, I'm going to say developing. Developing. My garden is developing. I am developing as a gardener. Yes. And I'm just grateful to have all the gardeners out there that are putting out great content. I'm learning so much, and because I'm developing as a gardener, my garden is really developing. I can tell the difference in my tomatoes, my green beans. I didn't even talk about green beans. And I've always done a good job with my herbs, but guys, this year I have had a fantastic growing season for my basil. So I'm developing my knowledge with insects that are good for the garden and those that are bad. The hornworms, I've learned about those, and just so many things. So my 2021 gardening season can definitely be summed up in one word: developing. So guys, thank you so much for coming along with me as I talked about my 2021 gardening season.